Hi there, my name's Celine and I recently graduated from the University of Warwick with a degree in history. I'm currently working at the Smithsonian Museum in Washington DC, which is amazing. I'm working in the collections department, so I'm working with 3D objects and everything from like robes to like sports gear on a digitization project, so basically making sure that the whole collection is online and easily accessible to anyone, basically. But it hasn't been a smooth journey at all. It's been filled with loads of highs and lows. While this is definitely a high, it hasn't always been this way. So I went into my final year pretty much dead set about doing a master's in cultural policy, even though I didn't really know what that looked like. But it was something that I could say to people, that I had plans, that I knew what I was doing. And then I actually started university. So I started studying more, I went back to my job at the Warwick Art Centre, and I was also on the committee for my swim team, on top of just, going to uni, seeing your friends, going out, all that kind of stuff. And then cut to late March, early April, I was stressed out. I was stressed about my dissertation, I was stressing about applying to jobs, and I'd also just realized that like the cultural policy program that I was looking at and that I told everyone about was closed, no longer accepting applications. And basically I imploded. I had a proper meltdown. I was crying, I was laughing at myself for crying. It was pretty messy, but I just bled it all out and faced the fact that I didn't know what I was doing, and that was okay. And so I had my cry, I did all that, and then I stopped and I made an action plan. So I realized that I couldn't do everything at once, and so I decided to just block off time to do the things that I had to do. So I did my dissertation for a month, which was mad. But then for the end of March to the end of April, I was doing my dissertation. For May, I was focusing on my exams, and then in June, I took some time off. I decided that I wasn't going to rush into finding a job straight away, but I was going to enjoy the last few weeks that I had at university with my friends and doing like loads of fun stuff, which was really amazing. And it really cleared my head a lot. So giving myself that time to kind of breathe and learn and things like that was so useful, and it allowed me to face July with the clear head to actually get down to it and find a job. And so even the lowest of the low was a really great learning experience in the end, and it taught me a lot about myself and a lot about how I worked and a lot of things that I hadn't really thought about before. So with this learning experience, I've also learned through different experiences at university. So I never really had a proper internship per se. So throughout my university time, I was working at the Warwick Art Centre, which was an art centre on campus. I started out as a volunteer steward and then worked my way up to assistant duty manager and operations assistant, which is quite a nice title. But basically I learned so much about the value of hard work and just keeping at a job and doing it to the best of my ability, but also that I really enjoyed communicating with people. So whether it was customers who had complaints or were super happy or even just didn't know where they were going for the night, I loved that one-on-one contact, and also taught me about how you have professional relations with people at a workplace, just how to treat people who are there to get a job done and want to do it to the best of their ability and also not hate doing it. So learning how to talk to people in that capacity was really useful too. But I kind of wanted to learn how that applied to history, not just the arts in general. So I also worked as a research assistant for my professors. And what that meant was if they had a project that they were working on, if they needed things to being transcribed or even just like really administrative stuff doing, that was what I was doing basically. And so I did this for a while. It was a really good way to see how history as a profession and in academia works. So what steps you need to go through to be a historian, basically. And it was really amazing. It helped me learn more about it, and it also allowed me to travel a little bit, which was actually amazing. So I could not stress this enough. Look at your department websites. Don't just like click through and delete those emails, because they are a gold mine of opportunities for you. There's so much work that you can do while you're still at university, while you're still studying, and while you're still a student, that are only mostly attainable for people who are students. So in terms of websites to look for jobs, university emails, departmental emails. But then after university, I was still kind of looking for what a job in history, like in the real world, looks like. So what I would do was go to museums that I was interested in, go to kind of organizations that I enjoyed. I kind of scrolled down to the bottom of their website and looked at their job boards, and definitely sign up to email notifications. That way, whenever a job gets posted, it goes straight to your email inbox, and it has all the information for when the closing dates are, what the job is, what the salary is usually, which is important. Gotta get that money, especially in a degree in a field like the humanities. But yeah, and also it comes out as soon as the job's posted, so you're one of the first applicants, which is always good. I mean, the path that I'm on at the moment is doing internships to learn more about what jobs are like before committing to them. So if that's something that you're interested in, definitely look at programs like that. Look at museums that offer internship programs, because those can be quite good. And even if it's not a museum, and if it's something like events at a museum, or like if you're working in London part-time or anywhere part-time with a museum, volunteer to be a tour guide or something like that. That is always good in learning how a museum works. In terms of doing that, I'm kind of treating this as an intro to a master's. So if I need a master's, or if I want to continue doing this kind of work, or if I want to develop myself professionally to do a higher role in the museum, basically. And in terms of keeping myself motivated, I'm really lucky that there's other interns doing this experience with me, so I'm really enjoying chatting to them about it, and about what I'm feeling about the job and what it's like and everything like that. But also, as I was applying to jobs, I found it was super useful just talking to people about it. Again, it seems really silly and small, but it makes such a difference. And definitely the best advice that I've ever gotten is to treat your job hunt like a job. So working 9 to like lunchtime, have a break like an hour or whatever, and then get back to work until like 5. And then after 5, don't look at jobs anymore. Just give yourself some headspace and watch a movie, go out, do something fun, because that will make sure that you're ready to approach it the next day. But other than that, that's the best advice that I can give. So hopefully it's useful to someone. If you'd ever like to chat about museums, feel free to message me or whatever, because I know that I really appreciated people talking to me when I was struggling. So if I can help anyone, that would be great too, if you want it or need it or anything like that. But yeah, that's enough from me, I think. Best of luck. Know that you can do it. Know that there's other people around there, and know that even on the shitty day when you get loads of rejections, it's probably just because it's not the right job for you, because the right job for you is out there somewhere.